Sagittarians. How y'all doing? Welcome. We are going to be taking a look at your October through November, your Mabon through Samhain seasonal and general reading here. Just a quick note, even though we are looking at this through the lens of the Northern Hemisphere, which goes from the time of the autumnal equinox on September 22nd through Mabon season into Samhain or Halloween season, and then getting ready for Yule, that'll be next. Even if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, for example, this is all the same side of different sides of one coin. So as we are going through the coming of the darkness in the north, you guys are, coming to the return of the light in the south. Very similar messages and themes. You can contextualize it for yourself based on where you are in the world and what resonates for you. But seasonally, because they are counterpoints on the wheel of the year, I mean, again, it's two sides of the same coin. So let's get right into your meditation. It was short but sweet. I saw the image of a dragonfly, which is Ace of Swords energy, which is about clarity, truth, enlightenment, right? It's also about dream time. Dragonfly medicine is about dream time, remembering your dreams, receiving psychic messages through dreams, loved ones, coming through and giving you messages while you're dreaming, during sleep. Really, really beautiful energy. It's also about removing any illusion or cloudiness from your mind, right? I saw this dragonfly go and land on a light bulb. And it was just landed on the light bulb, and the light bulb grew brighter and brighter and brighter. And it started out as nighttime. And because the light bulb was so bright, it turned into day. So it really feels like if I were to take that somewhat literally, figuratively, but literally, I would say that your dreams are coming to light, right? Your dreams, your dream time are coming to the light. So really, really interesting here, Sagittarius, to start off with. Now, you are coming through, your animal energy is coming through as the Gazelle for this time period, which is, it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. So fire energy for my fire signs, it's always auspicious when you get an animal that, is like to your home element. The Gazelle is such an interesting energy. It's one of my favorites because it has a light and a dark. It has a shadow side and a, really beautiful bright side. So on the bright side, Gazelle relates to the Nine of Pentacles, right? Which is about independence. It's the sign of the entrepreneur. It's feeling incredibly proud of yourself and satisfied with some progress that you've made in your life. It could be something around your work, something that you've built, something you've achieved, right? But it can also be about, remember, the pentacles rule our physical experience. So it could be something around your health, your actual home, your body, your physical circumstances. This is when, Nine of Pentacles, when the work, the effort that you've made comes into physical manifestation. It's really exciting, this energy. Now, on the flip side of that, the shadow side of Gazelle energy is Nine of Swords. And the reason for that is that which is nightmares, right? We're looking at dream time with Dragonfly, and then we're looking at nightmares. And anxiety-based thinking, self-fulfilling prophecies, right, of the worst that could possibly happen, coming to light. And that's because of the fear, right? Look at these ears on this gazelle, right? That's their biological imperative that they were born with so that they could hear the lion off in the bush and then, get away in time. So it has ears because it is lower on the, in the cycle of, of prey and predator, it's lower, right? It has, more than one natural predator lower on the food chain. So within that, there is a certain element of having to be hyper vigilant, being aware, thinking about, what's the worst that could happen, having to be prepared and ready for that at all times. It's kind of like that fight, flight, or freeze, right? This is about all of those in differing variations, really. It's also got those two horns that it can fight with as well. So this really does encompass, all these different aspects of our human experience when we're coming up against something that can trigger a challenge within us, right? So really fascinating. There's a lot of positive that comes with this energy. And when you have Gazelle coming up, it's sort of a signal that says, how this goes for you, whether this is more on the light side or the shadow side or a combination of both, is really up to you, which is, I love that. That's my personal favorite. I would rather get some good old minor arcana energy any day because, the major arcanas, which you have a couple of here, but the major arcanas are destined or fated events. They're linked to your soul lessons. There's not a whole lot you can do about them. But a good minor arcana energy, like the Nine of Pentacles and a light and a shadow energy, you have a lot of facility around that. And the choices that you make are directly going to influence how that manifests for you. So it's like you have a semblance of, I don't want to say control, but autonomy. It's really, really beautiful. So I'm here for that, all the way here for that. So you are coming through as the high priestess, a major arcana here. So some soul lessons around, listening to yourself and connecting to your intuition, right? And about not being, having to see to believe something, but to go on pure faith and trust and that instinct again, right? So the fact that this is coming through as you feels like, ooh, you are incredibly connected to source, yourself, your higher self. You're really looking within and maybe even around to other intuitive people, right? And really, consulting with yourself and others about what aspects of this are really right for me? How can I move through this time and see what's not easily seen so that I can have all the information available to me and bring what is in this darkness with that dragonfly into the light, right? This feels like there's something around your dreams or something that you're building or something beyond your wildest dreams that's really coming forward here. But I do feel like a part of that are inherent blocks within you around success or reaching some level of like physical receipts, like being able to earn more money or being able to be seen in a bigger, different way. It does feel like there's some blocks that are tied to either a fear of commitment, a lack of self-worth, or a fear of a certain outcome, or maybe even a fear of failure. So I feel like you're doing some inside cleaning around that for yourself, right? Really embracing the dark time of the year that we're going into here in the north, right? And really allowing yourself to, well, to engage with yourself from a place of curiosity. Why do I do that? Why does that frighten me? Why, what if I did imagine what's the best that could possibly happen and then I went for it, right? So those kinds of questions. In your place of challenge, you've got the Seven of Swords with strength. So strength being another major arcana or, Leo energy. Strength is very much about, oh, I mentioned a lion before. Yeah, look at that. Predator, prey, tiger too. Strength is really about, love and fear not being able to live in the same house, right? Love and fear cannot live in the same house. This Seven of Swords energy that's here, that's about self-sabotage. That's about things that are hidden within you needing to come into the light in order to be dealt with so they don't, block you or keep you from your highest and best self or, to save you from making choices that, you'll later regret. When we make more choices from fear than love, that's when we have tower moments, right? So I feel like this is routing you around that, to be honest. And the fact that this is your place of challenge as well, choose faith, choose trust, choose a certain level of acceptance and surrender. But you don't even have to say surrender. You can even just say co-creation and flow. I trust that I'm on my best path and that everything is, happening in accordance to my highest and best good. That is choosing the light side of the gazelle energy rather than the shadow and the dark, right? This is really up to you, a lot of these choices. And then we have the sunshine here as well. This, this one I open with the fox. It feels like there's a certain aspect of that worst case scenario thinking or expecting something to go wrong, right? So then it does, sort of thing. There's a difference between being prepared and, anxiety based thinking, self-fulfilling prophecy, right? It does feel like there's a lot going on, Sagittarius, not in a bad way, but there's just a lot going on in your environment. So it does feel like a little bit of like an upkick in the prescription on how to move through it, um, in the best way that you possibly can, right? So in your place of advice, you have the Mother of Cups, which is the Queen of Cups. The fact that this is right under you as High Priestess, these are the two most psychic keys in the Tarot. The High Priestess and the Queen of Cups. She is the psychic of all the queens. She is the empath of all the queens. She's incredibly emotional. She knows what's going on. She trusts how she feels 100% of the time. The fact that this is your advice, and she's in the darkness here with a few lights. They look like little fireflies, don't they? This really feels like there's an aspect of this that says like, oh, the more that you can key into how you feel, that's the antidote. Because if you can really key into there is a truth. When you talk, when you connect with your higher self, there is one simple truth, which is that everything works out for you all the time. That's it. Everything works out for you all the time. Even when things need to be rerouted, when we make fear-based choices and we have to have a tower moment, and then we get back on the right track, and then we have a choice again to make a fear-based choice or a love-based choice, right? Queen of Cups is pointing to strength and saying, choose the love-based choice. Choose to trust and have faith that everything works out for you. You're exactly where you're meant to be, and that what's yours will not pass you by. I don't say this word that often because I find that it can be a bit polarizing, to be honest, even for me. But faith, belief, right? Faith and belief that you're exactly where you're meant to be. I feel like that is such a large theme for you during this time period. In your place of victory, this is so stunning. Why do I feel like there's going to be some sort of work opportunity or partnership opportunity coming through on the other side of this time? This is Six of Pentacles, right? So back with the Pentacles, this is about reciprocity, partnership. This is, coming into, someone's company who you feel like is so medicinal in your life, who really gives as much as they receive, and is someone who is a relationship that can be, relied upon. It's a contract that, suits both sides equally. It's an exchange of ideas. It's getting together to build something bigger together. This is incredibly, incredibly positive. I do feel like there's going to be a shift around your work or something around your physical experience that involves another person or an opportunity that involves other people. And you're being asked to like really prepare yourself for this and keep yourself grounded. Choose to lean into the Nine of Pentacles aspect of this on the light side and choose to really ground yourself in what you love to do, why you're here, and what makes you feel the best. That's the key. And stay connected to your intuition as the most important thing that I'm picking up for you during this time. And considering the time of year that we're going into, it's perfect. Even if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, Beltane and Samhain are opposite ends of the wheel, but they counter each other. So those are the two times a year that the veil is most thin. Beltane on May 1st and Samhain or Halloween on October 31st. So this is like the fact that you're getting this advice and the veil is going to be so thin, and it's like, hey, stay connected to your intuition, and it's going to, lead you through this time where you're coming out incredibly successful and with a working partnership that is mutually beneficial. I mean, I'm here for it. Now, this is very delicious. This is your outcome. This is Eight of Wands. This is messages. This is contracts. This is communication, love-based communication. This is so incredibly healing, but this is also fast-moving energy. This is, up and forward energy here. Go, 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 go. So, when this comes up as your place of outcome, and the fact that this is fire, which is, mirroring you guys' natural element of fire, you're going through a period, right, of water and swords and pentacles so that you can come out fiery and ascend, upward, 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 and really propelling yourself into something that is beautifully aligned with your dreams. Because that, back to that, initial meditation, that's very much what this feels like to me. I feel like this is also just, it all has to do with why you're here and fulfilling an aspect of your mission that just feels so incredibly positive. I'm also, the Eight of Wands is also about writing and communication as well. I do see some of you or one of you working on marketing yourself or putting yourself out there in a new way that is incredibly effective. You never know. The key to success around putting yourself out there and getting seen and getting those opportunities and aligning yourself in that way is consistency. Because you've got to work with the universe and say, I'm going to consistently show up, and I'm going to, put myself out there. I'm going to make myself available. I'm going to stay connected to my network. I'm going to, go where I'm inspired to go, and maybe, find an opportunity for myself. You've got to let the universe give it something to work with. And then when the time is just right, it's going to boom, it's going to hit. And something is going to, land for you with the Six of Pentacles, where it's like, whoa, I've been consistent in this, and now I'm getting this offer. Wow, I'm getting, I was consistent in this, and now I've been, recommended for this partnership. Wow, I've, put myself out there on, for example, like on these dating sites, and then wow, I got a hit. It's come towards me, and it feels really, whatever this is. It's really co-creating with the universe, putting the fear aside long enough so that it doesn't act as a block for you, so you can receive all of this goodness coming in. Okay. Now, For your Maven Oracle, you've got falling leaves, 14, number 5, which is the 5 of change. Let go of the things that weigh heavily on you. You deserve to take up space. That is such the key here. Let go of the things that weigh heavily on you. You deserve to take up space. This really goes to feelings of worth and really asking yourself, in what ways do you keep yourself small? In what ways do you make a safe bet? In what ways do you go against your own best interest, right? That's that self sabotage with the 7 of Swords, right? How have you committed to what you desire? Examine your commitment to what you desire and what you say that you want, and then really be an earth sign about it, be a good old Capricorn about it, right? And really consider what actionable steps and consistency have you, shown with and for yourself. And then how can you improve upon that, right? Candle magic. So this is your Samhain oracle here, number 9. Ooh. Yeah, 9. You've got like some really powerful numbers here, actually. Some very powerful numbers. It does feel like you're coming into a time where there's just going to be a lot of change and opportunity. It feels powerful. So, candle magic. Speak your breath into its velvet. Recite along its spine all that you desire, all that which will unravel. Let's try that again. Speak your breath into its velvet. Recite along its spine all that you desire, all that which will unravel. This is about, oh, look at those lights. It was like oh my God, it's like these floating light bulbs. It's like the dragonfly going and landing on the light bulb. This is about focusing your intention. This is about becoming incredibly clear on what it is that excites you, what motivates you, what you're worthy of, and how you challenge yourself to put yourself out there and take risks in new ways, right? The Gazelle, the Knight of Pentacles. What is your personal genius? And how are you supporting it? I'm seeing something really funny. Back in the day, like, for example, Oscar Wilde had a benefactor, right? If you were an artist or singer or writer or whatever, an actor, they would have benefactors in the form of these wealthy people who, would pay for them to have housing and food and everything they need so they could just focus on being artists. And there were certain benefits that came along with that. They got to brag when they did really well and say, oh yeah, Oscar's new play, like, oh, I'm his benefactor. Of course, I was in the front row on opening night. Like, there's a certain satisfaction that used to come from, supporting the arts in a particular way. And I'm getting like, how are you your own benefactor in terms of what you love and what you're here to do in your own personal wealth and health? How are you your own personal benefactor? That's what's coming through. And the candle magic is just a way of saying, like, how can I really focus in and invest in what I dream about, what I desire, what I deserve, so that I can feed it with consistent action and keep any blocks from impairing me, and thus allow it to come to life so that I can live my best 9 of Pentacles plus 8 of Wands and 6 of Pentacles reality, right? I keep hearing the word partnership. Partnership, 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 partnership. I feel like the partnership is quite key in some way during this. It could be, attracting a certain partnership that really shifts your reality in really wonderful ways. It could be, because I'm seeing that benefactor, it could be like a professional partnership, that like a brand deal or someone who offers you like a residency or a contract. Something about this partnership feels incredibly good. And it's about you allowing all the shifts that want to happen with and through you happen, so that by the time this partnership comes around in whatever shape that takes, you're prepared, you're ready, you're grounded, you're focused, and you're unimpeded by any personal shadows, fear-based thinking, or self-fulfilling prophecies, okay? And I would say also, my beautiful Sagittarius, past is not prologue. That is something that we need to remind ourselves going into into this next season, right? Because this is a natural time of the year where a lot of the past gets reviewed, right? We're going into the dark time. So that's another way of saying we're looking at our shadow, we're looking at the past, we're looking at the parts of us that, need to be healed, that want to be healed, so that they're no longer subconsciously affecting our choices. And that's the hard part, right? When our choices are, being influenced by our subconscious, we don't have control over it, right? That's what shadow work is mining that subconscious so that you can illuminate those hidden parts, thus remove those blocks and free yourself up to manifest and attract what you truly deserve and desire. That's the tea. So I feel like there is some shadow work that wants to go on for you during this time. Luckily, it's the perfect time of year to do so. And I feel like you're going to come out of it absolutely soaring. And I'm excited for you. I see you signing something, or I see like a docu-sign or agreeing to something, like putting it in print, putting it that, like, it feels very official. It feels incredibly positive. I absolutely love this for you. So with that being said, my beautiful, wonderful Sagittarians, I so hope that this helps and resonates. If so, let me know in the comments below, because I got to tell you, my favorite part of this whole gig is connecting with you guys personally, and I do that in the comments. So I respond to everyone. Leave a comment. Let me know how you're doing. How does this land with you? What is your personal shadow calling for your attention around? What do you plan to do about it? What dreams want to come to light for you? You can also, really, I was going to mention, pay attention to your actual dreams during this time as well. It's very revealing, right? And with that being said, yeah, please remember to like and subscribe, comment, all of those wonderful things. I'd so appreciate it. And just thank you so much for being here, Sagittarians. But most of all, and as always, just thank you for being you, and be well. Until next time.